Whenever I'm filming a project, I'm using professional camera equipment, but that stuff can be really expensive, especially when you're just starting out. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my 4 tips for getting cinematic footage on your phone. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is use the back camera on the phone, as it can record much higher quality video than the forward facing camera. And the next tip is to use camera movement. This will make your footage look a lot more dynamic and interesting to the viewer. A couple of cinematic moves that you can do with the phone are things like push-ins and pull-outs. Remember that when you're moving the camera, make sure to stay focused on a single point so that you don't distract the viewer. And my third tip is to use an external microphone to record much higher quality sound. You can find inexpensive lavalier mics like this on Amazon for around $15, and depending on what phone you have, you may need to use a dongle to connect it to your phone. As long as the microphone is close to your subject, you should be able to record much higher quality sound. And let's listen to an example of using the phone's built-in microphones versus using an external microphone. Hi, my name is Carson, and this is the standard audio and video quality that we are used to from smartphone footage. Hi, my name is Carson, and this is the audio quality when we use an external microphone. Alright, using the back camera on the phone, using camera movement, and an external microphone all go a long way in making our footage look a lot more professional and cinematic. Now, this last tip is color grading. This is going to put you miles ahead of everyone else. Color grading is where we adjust our brightness, our contrast, saturation, and different types of color controls to give our image a specific stylistic look. And as this is a very complicated and broad topic, we're going to just skim the surface today, keep it very simple, and I'm going to show you how to color grade in Adobe Premiere Rush. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do once you open up Adobe Premiere Rush is create a new project. Now from here you're going to navigate to where your footage is stored. So I'm going to come into here, select all these clips, and I'll name the project. And then hit create. We're going to let Premiere Rush do its thing as it imports the media. And once all the media is imported onto your timeline, on the right you'll have several different controls. We're going to click our color controls right here. So in here we've got some built-in presets, and then we also have our edit tab where we've got our more granular controls to really fine-tune the way our image looks. So we're going to go ahead and navigate to a clip that we want to adjust. I think I want to adjust this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I can use these presets, or I can jump straight into the edit tab. For this first one, let's go ahead and take a look at a preset. I'm going to go ahead and click this cinematic preset, and as you can see, it is way too intense. So we're going to go ahead and dial back the intensity. Now we're going to come into the edit tab where we can adjust more granular controls. We're going to pull down our exposure a little bit, just darken the image, bring down our shadows, increase the contrast, maybe pull down those highlights a little bit too. I think I want to increase the vibrance, and maybe play around with the temperature slider to make this a little bit cooler. And that's looking pretty good. Now this toggle button right here allows us to turn off our adjustments and turn them back on to see the before and after. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off. This is where we started out. And after applying a preset and adjusting some of these controls, this is where we're ending up. Let's go ahead and take a look at another image. For this one, we can apply a preset. And as you can see, this is way too intense. So we're going to go ahead and dial that back just like we did last time. Somewhere around 25 is looking pretty good. We're going to come to our edit tab, and I'm going to go ahead and brighten this image up, bring down those highlights to pull back some of that detail, adjust our exposure a little bit more, take a look at the contrast, maybe increase that, and bring those shadows up a little bit to introduce some of those details. And we're going to play with our vibrance, bring down that saturation a little bit, and play with our tint. Something like that's looking pretty good. And we're going to turn off all of our adjustments and turn them back on. And we'll take a look at one more clip. We can go ahead and apply another preset. This time I'm gonna go ahead and choose SL Fuji. That's looking pretty good. And we're gonna come to our controls over here under the Edit tab, and I'm gonna warm this up a little bit, drag our tint slider to the right just a little bit, and let's see if we can pull back some of these highlights. Something like that. Bring up those shadows a little bit more, increase our contrast, and increase the vibrance. Decrease the saturation, increase our vibrance a little bit, and that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the before and the after. Remember that when you're color grading, less is often more. In this case, I wasn't trying to change the entire look and feel of the footage. I was just trying to enhance the colors that were already there to begin with. If we turn this off, we can see we've got some greens, we've got some yellows and oranges, and we've got blues in the shadows. And when we turn it back on, we've just accentuated those colors and brought out some of the detail that was in the image to begin with. All right, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for next time. And if you have any questions, let me know and I will see you guys in the next video.